Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to build a real-world application prototype for controlling LEDs using a simple Bluetooth module. So let's get started here. So as we have seen in the previous tutorial, the HC-05 block is connected to the Raspberry Pi through the serial communication. So for serial communication, the TX and the RX pins on the Raspberry Pi are occupied by its own internal Bluetooth. So for that, we need to release the Bluetooth from the serial port. Then we'll be able to interface the external Bluetooth, the HC-05 module here, or any other serial device with those ports. So let's go through the pin connections. So talking about serial devices, the serial devices would communicate between two lines, the TX and the RX pins. So the TX pin would get connected to the RX of the Raspberry Pi. The RX pin of the module will be connected to the TX of the Raspberry Pi. And here you have the ground wire connecting to the ground of the module, and the VCC connecting to the 5-volt pin. So now these are the GPIO pins, the orange, pink and the blue one. So you can take up any of the GPIOs and initialize them accordingly in the code file. So I've chosen GPIO 18, GPIO 17 and GPIO 27 here. GPIO 27 is the pink wire which this is connected to, would be the connection to my first LED starting from the left. GPIO 17 connected with the blue would be the second LED, and the orange wire connected to GPIO 18 would be my third LED connection. So here use a resistor connected to the anode of the LED and connect the cathode of the LED to the ground. So I have supplied the ground at this point of the board. So the vertical holes carry the same ground potential, and we make those corresponding connections here to the cathode. So now that we have seen these connections virtually, let's put them on the hardware and see if it works. So here we are with the hardware connected and ready. So let's go through the connections once. To start with, on the breadboard, we have the gray wire as the ground, the orange, red and the blue wires connect to the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi. So these would be for the LEDs. Now let's move on to the Bluetooth module now. It's got the VCC, ground, TXT and RXT pin. So the white wire is the TXT pin of the module that gets connected to the RXT pin of the Raspberry Pi, and the RXT pin of the Bluetooth module would be connected to the TXT pin of the 5-volt VCC and the ground. So these are the pin connections to the board. Now let's check the working. The board is booting up and you can see the Bluetooth module. The red light flickers. So you notice that difference when you connect to the app. There would be a certain delay in that means to say it's connected now. So let it boot up. So while the board boots up, let us configure our app which we have used the last time around. So we have been using this app. So let us configure it according to our project this time. So we see the buttons, the bottom of the screen here. So I've already configured it as LED1, LED2, LED3, all LEDs on and all off. I'll show you how we would be doing that. Put a long press on the button, so it shows you the button settings here. So the button name that I've given it as LED1. So my first LED means to say the ASCII value with the command as 1. So this would be the value which you would be getting on the Raspberry Pi board. Then it matches with the if condition. If any of those if conditions is satisfied, then that particular condition would be executed here. So this was for the first LED. So whenever it's done, you can check these boxes and click save, and we move on to the next one in the same way. LED2, giving the command as 2, ASCII value, then save it again. The same with the third one, giving the value as 3. Fourth, that is all LEDs on here, so I would be giving the data value as 4. And the fifth value would be all off. So click save and your buttons are ready now. So whenever you give those commands, the data will be sent to the Raspberry Pi over the Bluetooth on match found to the condition. It would give the specific output on the LEDs. So here we are ready with the board connected, and even the Bluetooth module gives a bit of delay while blinking the light. So that means to say that it's connected to the app and we're ready to run it. So let's run the program. So the program is running. We'll start clicking the buttons now. So there you go. The first LED from the left that glows, so I've given the character 1, second one, third one. Let all of them glow now. There you go. All off. So that gives you the value of 5 in the terminal. I'll go with another sequence, say 3, then I give all on, then only first, then the second one, all on again, and then off. So there you go. All those commands are being run through the Bluetooth. They are put on the Raspberry Pi and LEDs are made to glow accordingly. Now let's check the terminal output also, just for a small verification, and then we move on to the code explanation then. So here is the terminal output for the verification part. I've gone through the sequence of LED 1, 2, 3 on, then all the LEDs are on once, then all the LEDs are off. Then gone for the sequence of third one on, all on, then 1 and 2 on, then LEDs on, all of them, and then all the LEDs off. When I end the program, print this text. Now let's move to the code now. So here we are with the code file now. Let's go through what all is written in the code. So to start with, we import the rpi.gpio library as GPIO, and we import another serial library for the serial communication through Bluetooth. So these two libraries are necessary for this program. Then we move on to initializing a variable UART channel. So this is the function under serial library. There's a function called serial which takes the arguments, the port value, that is /dev/tdyama0, as we have gone through in the last tutorial, followed by the baud rate. The baud rate here is 9600 for the module, and then the timeout. Then we move on to the main loop here, while true for continuous execution. Then we try setting the mode of the GPIO as GPIO.bcm. That would give the pin naming as GPIO followed by the number. Next step we do is GPIO.set warnings false. So we set all the warnings, whichever comes up, to be false, that doesn't display on the screen. Then we initialize the GPIO27 as output now. So GPIO setup would be the function followed by the pin number, and then the GPIO.out, means to say output. That's for the first LED. Similarly for the second LED, we initialize pin 17 for that, GPIO 17, followed by GPIO out, so that's for the output, and then followed by third LED, so initialized at pin 18. Now we read the data coming from the channel through this function UART channel dot read. So if the data is 1, means to say the first LED must glow. So these steps would make the first LED glow. So the first LED from the left was connected with 27. So GPIO high would be the value. So once we give the high value, it would glow. So GPIO.output 27 would be the pin, and high would be the value for that. And the rest of the values would be low. So the conclusion is LED 1 is on. Then we go on to the next if statement, wherein we see the data as 2, then these steps must be followed. The GPIO.out 27 will go low. The next second GPIO, that is the 17th one, so the 17th one will go high, the 18th would go low. With the conclusion again, so LED 2 is on. Similarly, third LED, so if the data is 3, these steps to follow. Here the 18th pin is high, so the conclusion is print LED 3 is on. Now once the data is 4, that means to say we have given all the 3 LEDs to glow. So all the 3 LEDs would be given with the GPIO.high value, all the 3 pins, and the conclusion, all LEDs are on. If data is 5, so the 5th data value would be giving us all low. So all the LEDs are off here, so GPIO.low would be the value on all the pins here. Whenever you give the keyboard interrupt, Control C, you put some text, print program ended, in the next line and then break off from the loop. GPIO.cleanup, this wouldn't let any values remain on the GPIO. So here we have learned how to interface the Bluetooth module with the Raspberry Pi and carry out a certain real-world application in the form of a prototype. To get the code for this project, please do check out the blog link given in the description below. Thank you.